Okay, so let's go back to the CDT proper usage. Give us a couple most common discussions that you have in your classes about CDT codes and proper usage of them.
Well, CDT, if they're using an outdated code, of course, they're going to submit a claim with an outdated code and it's going to get denied. And how long does it
Mhm.
take for a denied claim to circle back around? I mean, sometimes it's 90 days by the time that you realize it's been denied and you realize the reason why it's been denied, and then you get the new claim, the corrected claim submitted. So that's probably the number one, is that offices are using these outdated codes. And I don't know if it surprises you as much as it surprises me. These offices, they're not getting the CDT code books every year. They're not
I
getting new
know.
CDT code sets every year. And so there's
I
times
know.
where an office, they'll ask me about a code and I'm like, that was deleted in 2012.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. It kind of is interesting. A couple years ago, I remember somebody said, "Oh, I'm cleaning out my closet and I have all these old CDT books if anybody wants it." And they were like 4 years old. And
Yeah.
people were like, "Let me have it. I need one. I need one." I'm going, "Oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
it's outdated already." And so,
I I think I
oh,
have codes. I have to, yeah, check. I have from 2017. I have codes. Yeah. So I have them all lined up because it's just like a cute little rainbow of all my little code books. So I always keep them.
and sometimes I'm so nerdy. I'm like, I wonder when that code went into effect. Let me look.
I do
Oh,
the same thing.
it's
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
coding
Yeah.
nerds out there
Yeah.
listening. There's
Exactly.
this is what happens when we get
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure
So
there's
yeah,
other rainbow displays of code books on other
I'm
shelves.
sure. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's probably the number one, is using the outdated codes, but also some misusage. We were kind of, again, we were talking about this in the pregame, some misusage of some exam codes and how that
Hmm.
comes back with audits down the road where it's been found that the code isn't necessarily the right code to be using for it. But then again, we look at the computers auto-adjudicating it just as a code. And then once they start to
Hmm.
kind of look into it, it's a little bit of misuse of the codes.
Would you like to hear more? Follow the link for the full episode.